Welcome to my podcast, Love Soul Connection, where we talk about intimacy, sex, relationships, and so many other aspects. So, again, today we have an expert joining us who is going to talk about an important topic which actually is very crucial in India. In India, no one speaks about sex education. And today we have Anita Slathia ma'am, who's going to join us. She's a parenting coach and she works with parents on how to deal with their children, maybe teaching them communication skills, boundaries, how to have more connection with the kids and build happy families. So let's welcome her and get her online. Hello, Anita ma'am. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. And what about you?
I'm good
You're
too.
you are doing well on the platform, and your audience are also actively joining with you. So
Yes, thank you.
let's yeah.
Yes. So, ma'am,
So
would you like to first introduce yourself? Let us know what you do exactly with parents and the work that you do as as a parenting coach.
sure. So, first of all, I would like to thank you to give me an opportunity to come over your platform. And before I start, I would congratulate you that your topic is awesome. And because it's, you can call it a taboo that we don't talk about sexual health of, people. And the people, keep on searching all around. They have got questions, but there's nobody to answer them, right?
That's right.
And you have taken a very, very, you can call sensitive and a very crucial aspect of human beings life. It is very important though, right? But
Yes, it is.
we put it under the carpet and just shun it off, thinking that it's something to be shy of or something. And
Right.
if suppose as you tackle or you deal with the matured people and everybody out, right? But
Hmm.
as a parenting coach, and you have taken a very crucial aspect of parenting. It's rather
Hmm.
a very crucial aspect of parenting because parents are themselves so shy of talking about all these things, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And so I also was looking into, and so I found you and you came up with this topic, and I'm really feeling blessed that I have got a platform to talk to the parents. So
Thank you
I'm
so much, ma'am. Thank you so
mm,
much. Really appreciate. And I think it's a very important topic, right? Growing up, even as kids, no one
correct.
told us how to handle things. Or when I got married, I was actually very young when I got married. I was all of 21 and I hadn't even finished my college studies. And,
Yeah,
there was no one who kind of trained us or told us what to expect on your first
ex-
night. And now, when I
exactly.
see women talking about these things, on Facebook, it's quite stunning, and I feel bad also because this is something that they need to learn from their parents, from their teachers, from some elders. At least
Right.
someone can take that role and talk to them about this, right?
Means
It is.
you mean to say a proper channel
Yeah, we need to
instead
have a
of
proper channel. I mean, anyone can become that channel, right? Sometimes you are more comfortable with an outside uncle rather than, your own parents. And that happens in
exactly.
in so many families. You're closer to the cousins. So
Very
someone
true.
can take that role and
Hmm.
actually teach you what you are supposed to expect, what will happen, what are the
Very
do's, what are the don'ts, what is it that where okay, this is a red flag and you need to know about it. So it is so important that the kids today need to know because as they also are growing, they are kind of discovering their sexuality, right? Your
obviously.
parts are developing, your body is, kind of taking on that shape and all that as you are growing. And then so suddenly there's like an extra part and then you don't know what to do with it.
Yes, very true. Very true.
It's really sad. So let's
Very
start
sad.
with the basic question, that why do you think sex education is important for children and adolescents in India?
Hmm. Yes. Before I answer your question, there is one aspect which I want to highlight more, that
Mm.
the way parents talk to the children matters more, really.
Absolutely.
And with my community, I keep on telling them that it is the foremost demand of parenting, that the way we talk matters more than what we talk to the child.
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is a hindrance in the sex life also, because
Absolutely.
the way we are talking to the child, if the parent is smiling or shying away or making a mockery of, sexual organ or any other thing which the child is feeling odd about, so
Yeah.
it's the approach
Yeah.
of the parents, where we communicate non-verbal gestures to the
Yes.
children in the
Yes.
especially in the teenage. If they see their mothers talking in a very, sarcastically about their sex life, that maybe
Yeah.
we'll be having, the parents are there in my community, they talk to me that, ma'am, मेरे बेटे के तो इतनी सारी girlfriends हैं, I feel so shy about it. Then if you
Mhm.
yourself are feeling shy about it, that your adolescent child is having girlfriends, you should be happy
Mhm.
about that, so
Yeah.
that at least they can communicate their feelings with them if you are not there. So
Yes.
obviously the path will go wrong, because the
Yes.
other girl or a boy, he or she is also an adolescent. She
Correct.
or he is also, looking to the channels from where they can get
Get the right
some or the
information.
other information about sexual life, that they'll ask,
Mm.
talk to each other. They're comfortable in their zone, right? They're
Mm.
very comfortable, but they're not comfortable with parents. So
Yes.
now, if they have got a girlfriend or a boyfriend, exactly this is a time where you should come forward. You should ask him that, okay, if you want to make girlfriends, what is your approach? Like,
Yeah.
maybe he may be, looking in for answers.
Yes.
Very strange questions. They
Mm.
are strange for that child because it's new for them.
Yeah.
It's entirely a new world, but for parents it's not new. But
Absolutely.
the thing is, the major aspect which I uh, advise, if I give, whenever the parents are coming over with this issue, I tell them that if you are shy,
Mm.
don't go abruptly answering them. You can at least practice these answers with your partner.
Yeah.
Like mother, if she wants to give some information to the children, they both can sit together and talk. Okay, will this way be okay with my child? If I'm feeling shy, can you help me? So it can be that way.
Yeah.
Maybe because the problem in India is that we when we were children, nobody spoke to us like that. So
Yes.
this is a major hurdle
Yeah.
in the path of the parent, because he doesn't
Yes.
know, his parents
Yeah.
have never spoken to him. But when a parent comes to me, he is looking in for, suggestions from me, that, ma'am,
Yeah.
how should we talk to our
Yeah.
adolescent?
Yeah.
We are still feeling so shy about it. How
Mm.
should we talk? If he's laughing or he'll make a mockery of me, then the answer is that he will never make a mockery of you, because he's waiting for your answers. What kind of
Yeah.
answer my father is going to give me, what kind of answer
Yeah.
my mother is going to give me, that becomes a whole world for him,
Yes.
right? And we give a wrong notion to them, and now it develops into wrong, perspective of sex education.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Obviously, because no one taught us. So a lot of parents might be feeling that we don't know how to get through across to our child. And that is
right,
where they make a mistake, because
yeah,
we need to be more like friends with them, and they need to be more open, because at least they have spent their life exploring this. Tabhi to bacche hue. I mean, how did you have your kids otherwise? Right?
right,
So,
right,
what is there to shy about? Okay, fine. You might feel a little awkward in front of the girlfriends, which I
hmm,
can understand. but it is still a very important topic, how they are treating the girls, what is happening, are they, just taking advantage, or are they
Hmm.
seriously involving into a relationship, or what are the other aspects, what have they explored. And that will only happen if they be like friends with them, and if they
Hmm.
have an open conversation. So what
Yeah.
kind of tips or tricks do you tell them, like how can they equip themselves to prepare themselves for this conversation, supposedly, because it will be very different for a girl and it will be very different for a boy, and both
Exactly.
need to be taught a lot of similar things and some different things because
Yes.
their bodies are different. But
Yes.
even a male boy needs to be taught how to behave with a girl, how
Yes.
what are the things that you need to be careful about, even while doing the act or whatever it is. So it can be, in fact, more interesting if the parents take an interest and talk about this and do it in a very sensitive manner, because it's a very sensitive
Very
subject. And the
correct.
first lesson, actually, the first thing that we have seen, even when parents think that kids are not watching, kids are very curious, so they are hiding, they know what kind of relationship our parents have, so
Hmm.
they are our first school. So we might not say anything as children, that okay, we understand what kind of a relationship you have, but still the kids know, they are very smart,
They know.
they know it. So
Right.
then how do you deal with such a situation, because kids are aware, they might not say it to you, but kids are aware, and then
Right.
they form opinions because what they see is what becomes their first lesson. And that is the
Yes.
very first lesson that they see, what happens at
Absolutely.
home with their parents. And
Hmm.
then the next lesson is okay, if some teacher is teaching something, or through friends they explore certain things. But as
Yes.
parents, then as a parenting coach, how do you equip them to handle these kind of situations, because these can get really tricky fast.
Yes. Very true. The first of all, when the parents approach me, as a practical aspect, I'm talking that
Hmm.
when they approach me, I first of all, if they have got a younger child, I tell them that you start with your younger child. That will be much
Okay.
easier for you rather than going in for a adolescent, right? I
Okay.
always give them this tip that start with your younger child. If suppose you've got
Okay.
only one child, then it's different. But
Hmm.
if you've got two or three children, start with your younger one, so that
Okay.
you get, because that child is not making any opinion about you.
Hmm.
It is
Hmm.
this insecurity with the parents are having, that when we are talking about such things, maybe our adolescent child will make a notion about ourselves that see what mother is talking, what my father is
Hmm.
talking, that
Hmm. Hmm.
that ego issue, or you can call the authority is challenged, actually. This
Hmm.
what I have observed practically on the level, that whenever the children come up with these questions, parents are hush hush. No, no, no,
Ah,
this is
yeah.
not good to talk. No, you can go and do your work. Means they just escapist attitude, you can call. And but the thing is that the parent, first of all, like you already mentioned, that adolescent child, you are supposed to become his friend, right? No ego issues, no authority matters,
Yes.
no you can call childlike behavior. It is just our behavior
Hmm.
towards your children. Now
Yeah.
if your child suppose because social media is very active these days, and children
Yeah.
are getting more knowledge from that,
Yeah.
as compared to our generation. We didn't
Yeah.
have
Of course.
anything. Neither our
Yeah.
parents told us, neither I mean, not even television was there at a point
Yeah.
of time.
That's right.
But now everything is clear. Now what happens sometimes when a condom like ad is going on, parents say, okay, adolescent ke bachche ko bolenge, no, you please better leave, go to your room, because that
Hmm.
uh, ad is going on. Okay,
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
here they are trying to sparking off the inquisitiveness of the child.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he's wondering why my
Yeah.
mother has asked me to leave,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
this ad may be something fishy. He's
Hmm.
not getting the answers from his parents. So obviously, what do you expect? He'll
Yeah.
obviously next day go to his school. He'll ask some of his friends, and
Friends.
people are children are very aware these days, so
Hmm.
they be getting or concocted version of the things,
Yeah.
and that makes the whole situation go wrong.
Go wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
now, the parents, whenever they are sitting on the couch or they are watching something on the television, and there goes and you should consider, like we always say, that adolescent children are no more children. If you consider,
Exactly.
if you don't want to consider him his friend, in India, I don't think we consider our adolescent as friends,
As
because
friends. Yeah.
parenting is a very authoritative position in our country. Still,
Yes. Yeah.
we are talking only about the cream ones, like educated ones. Only 10 to 20% are there who really consider this generation as a friend. But the
Yeah.
rest 70%, they are not talking also properly with the children.
Yeah. That's true.
Not about
That's true.
open communication. Open
Hmm.
communication is just, like people like us, like coaching level, or for coaches, or for teachers, or for,
Hmm.
very
Yeah.
highly thinking people, right?
Yeah. More educated lot.
Yes, but 70% people, even educated mothers, are not ready to talk to their children
Hmm.
about this. No open communication. They are talking
Hmm.
all open communication, other things,
Okay.
leaving this aspect.
But I wonder why they don't want to talk about this to their kids. When they are educated, they are aware, right? What problems will happen, that also they are aware of.
Yes,
So why do
but
they
they
not
are,
talk
yes, they are wondering how to start.
about?
How to start? Because when the child is coming, he's asking his parents that, my girlfriend has got a menses today. हो सकता है the girl is having some stains are there on his dress, on her
Yeah,
dress, but
yeah,
boys don't know. They are laughing and giggling in the class that what has
yeah,
happened.
yeah,
But only one or two boy in the class is who is knowing it very well,
yeah.
that what is
Correct.
it all about, why this girl is having stain, because
Right.
his mother might have educated him.
Yeah.
Because me being a teacher, and I was dealing, I've been in the teaching line plus in 10 plus 2, 11th and 12th I used to deal with, and I had many instances like this. And I have
Mm,
seen one or two boy was so responsible about this situation,
mm,
that some
mm.
boys even help those girls. Okay, you don't get up, I am just going to the teacher and get you the pad. So
Yeah,
if these boys are so concerned and so caring, that
yeah.
means, what do you think, this is the proper education which maybe the parents have given him.
Yes, yes.
It is not automatically,
No.
right? So, and in that case, if one or two boys there in the class, now these days everywhere it's co-ed, right?
Yeah,
The
yeah. A lot of
co-ed,
poet.
yes, and the children have, the boys have understood that this thing happens. Like
Mm,
my son, he's no more, he doesn't feel shy. Okay, if I just tell him that, okay, beta, I'm not able to get up today, you have to prepare your food. Okay, he's okay. तो ओके मम्मा, आपको प्रॉब्लम है ना, आप 4 to 5 days तो आपको दर्द होएगा, डोंट वरी, हम कर लेंगे, वी मैनेज. That
mm.
means at home only, if he's getting educated,
Yeah,
I don't think we need any words.
yeah, yeah.
We don't need any communication. It's
Mm,
quite
mm.
open. Now it's a, you like you mentioned, open communication. It's a
Yes.
communication. He's experiencing the same thing which
Mm,
his means wife in the future will be experiencing.
yeah.
He's already experiencing it with his mother
Mm,
also. If his mother
mm,
is saying, okay, no, 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 I am not going to tell my son, it's but obvious he'll be remaining in dark.
mm,
He'll be
mm,
behaving the same way. Okay, he'll talk to his wife very rudely. भी क्या हो गया, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, क्योंकि
mm.
उसने कभी मदर को देखा ही नहीं,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
his mother
True.
has never educated him. in that
Mm,
way. So it's the,
mm.
like I always keep on telling my lord, that the parents out there, that it's not words only. Sometimes it's non-verbal actions also, which
Yes.
teaches the sexual. Like suppose you are in a room, you are there with your partner, and your children are entering. Ask them to knock, right?
Yes.
So if they
Yes.
knock on the door,
Yeah.
the children automatically understands, okay, it's a something privacy, or my mother is now my parents are together, they may be talking to each other, or they may be any way. So they should be made them understand that, okay, there's a sexual desire for everybody, every human being. Like you
Mm,
are growing up, when you'll get married, obviously one, why should one get married? Because of the
mm.
sexual desires. It's not
Yeah.
like that everybody you go and make partners, various partners. In that
Yeah.
way, you are exemplifying things for your children, that yes, your
Mm,
mother has got one life partner and she'll be committed towards
mm,
him. So
mm.
she need. So now it's your need. Now you are an adult, but you are still not fit enough to go for the sex life. So the thing is that the children should be in the house only. The environment should be such that slowly and steadily, drop by drop, we've got to educate the child. It's not
Yes.
like that कि भाई हम एक ही दम में बैठ के उसको सब कुछ बता रहे हैं. It's not
Yeah.
possible. It's
Yeah.
not possible. And we
Mm,
also feel very embarrassed, and the child himself will go away. And over and above, there are two things the
mm,
parents face challenges. That one type of children are, the parent should understand about the child's mental state also.
yeah.
Sometimes what happens, the children are shying away.
Yeah.
So that should give an indication that your child is still not ready to
Hmm.
accept all these things.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Because some children are very studious, they don't
Hmm.
feel like कि मैं distract नहीं होना चाहता. I don't want to go for
Hmm.
girl. I don't want to get into it. So it's
Hmm.
better. But
Hmm.
some are very inquisitive.
Yeah.
Some children get distracted from their studies also. So in
Yeah.
that case, the parents should come forward. If they are not able to help them, they should take their child to a counselor so
Yeah.
that the counselor can help the child.
Yes.
Because maybe the parents are not finding correct words
Yeah. Yeah.
to communicate with the child, or
Hmm.
they are feeling shy. But
Hmm.
these days the modern world has got everything out there in the field.
Hmm.
So before we didn't have anybody
Yeah.
to talk to, but
Correct.
these days the parents know it's online world also. You can hire a counselor for your child, that he is
Hmm.
very inquisitive, that please help my child. So the counselor knows how to talk to the child. He
Yeah.
knows the proper method, how to educate the child. So
Yeah.
some parents are really doing great in this field, you know,
Hmm.
because I sometimes find some very educated parents, they only
Hmm.
come for this aspect. They
Right.
they they clearly tell me that, ma'am, we are doing well with our child. We have got no issues about behavior or something, but we are stuck in this.
Hmm.
So then they bring their child, and then they, ask us to just, ma'am, just give him a little bit of idea, so that we, or train us so that we can talk to our child.
Hmm.
So I
Hmm.
think this is the best way the parents should look around to
Yeah.
seek help that
Hmm.
way. Like coaches like you are into this field, so the parents can approach you so
Yeah.
that you can help them. Maybe they are finding some issues in their own sex life also, so
Yeah.
they'll be get seeking help from you, and they'll be able to help their child also. It will be two
Yeah.
ways. So
Yes.
I would rather advise all my parents that they should look in for coaches like you, who can help them
Yeah.
to have a good relation with their children,
With this.
adolescents.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Right. Correct. That's so important. All the points
Mm.
that you mentioned.
Yes.
So, let me ask you another question. How can sex education actually empower the young people to make healthy choices about their relationships and their sexual health? This
Yes.
knowledge that they need, how is it
Mm.
going to help them,
Yes.
according to you, as a parenting coach?
Mhm. Yes, usually I've seen this modernized world is bit better for adolescents. The thing is that firstly, the parents are, they're not that shy because they
Hmm.
think that whatever they have faced, their children should not.
Yeah,
That firstly, but the thing is, the sad part is there are only less percentage of people
yeah,
like this.
yeah,
And secondly, that in the schools also sex education is available these days.
yeah, yeah.
In some schools, in some reputed schools, or you can say responsible schools, they are
Hmm.
taking up this part. they
Okay.
are
Good.
they are hiring
Good.
some doctors or counselors or psychologists, those who can
Hmm.
help the children.
Yeah,
And but the thing is that they are not continuously helping. The one to one basis is not there,
yeah.
just like for a sake that the children should have a little bit of awareness.
Right.
Right, so this is also a good step. And secondly, the media is showing everything.
Hmm.
And over and above, their syllabus is also having some knowledge about. Because as a teacher, I have seen, I've means my students used to tell me that we have got this the a chapter on reproduction, and in
Okay.
that reproduction the things are very clear.
Yeah,
Right. When I used to talk to my children, so I saw in their books there are proper one chapter on reproduction.
yeah.
But the sad part was that usually the teachers skip that chapter
Skip that chapter.
just because they are
Mm,
not, they feel shy in the class.
yeah,
They get embarrassed, and only responsible teachers take up this chapter.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Which
cannot
is so
blame
sad.
any particular school, or I cannot
Mm.
blame anybody, but
Yeah,
it's the onus goes lies on the teachers,
teachers. Yeah.
right? It's
Hmm.
now I've seen many responsible teachers. They are aware of this thing, and they
Yeah.
take up the chapter very nicely, very tenderly, and they bring up this point in a very good way. I still
Hmm.
remember when I was a student, I had a teacher who took up this chapter, and it was very challenging for him because
Hmm.
he was a male teacher, and he took up it in a very nice manner. I still remember it's in class seventh, and till today
Ah,
it is there in CBSE syllabus. Reproduction is there,
yeah, yeah.
and each and everything is explained in that,
Hmm. Hmm.
or the diagrams properly made. But
Yeah,
what happens if the teacher himself he is feeling shy or embarrassed? How can he take up this?
yeah, yeah.
And boys and girls in coeds, it is again challenging. It should
Hmm.
be very authoritative position. The teacher should be in authoritative position. He should
Yeah.
first make them aware that it's a very important issue of their life. Don't take
Yes.
it so lightly. And if
Yes.
the children start smiling and giggling in the class, so you can well imagine how will the teacher, go forward if he
Yeah.
himself is shy.
Yeah.
He should be in an authoritative position to start with the topic and to ask their queries, which these children are going to get it from the wrong, sources. Don't you
Hmm.
think so that teacher is the correct person whom the
Yeah.
children can approach, should approach
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
In fact,
So,
here I feel that there are two things that happen. The first thing is that when this chapter comes up, the
hmm,
teacher should be prepared because the teacher always knows when this chapter is going to come up. So there's
yeah,
nothing actually to be shy about. I think
yes,
what they can do is that they can prepare for it.
hmm,
Okay. And they will get all sorts of reaction because the kids are going to be a mixed bunch. So there might be some who have been educated by their parents, and there
Mm.
might be some who have had no information at all. So they might start giggling or whatever. But there are other students who will be interested in knowing that.
Curious. Yes, yes.
We will be more curious about it. And the second
Right.
thing that will happen is that when this chapter is explained nicely by the teachers as a starting point, in a very, of course, in a very careful manner, in a very sensitive manner, then this same chapter is going to raise a lot of questions in the students' minds, which they will go home and ask the parents about, because they have no one else to do that. The
Yes.
teachers have explained something, and now they have some more questions which have come up. Oh, she spoke about this, or why do women get this, or why do they have blood coming, or what should we do about our organs, or so many things are there, so many aspects are there on how to
Yes.
deal with it. And all these questions will then start bubbling in their mind. And of course, Google is the wrong place to go in today's world. Google doesn't have the answer for everything, although you look up Google to do everything, I guess, in today's world. But
Yes.
Google is not the answer. Google will give you very generic information. But if you really want to talk, then it is the first place where kids will go is their parents. And if their
Yes.
parents cannot do that, it's okay even if parents cannot do that. Like you said, that they feel embarrassed or they feel shy. Okay, if they feel shy, then immediately they should find another solution to this. They should not spend time in, okay, ignoring it, or disguising it under something, or telling them to go out of the room, or telling them to shut up. Why are you asking these questions? That is not the answer for this. As an
Yes.
intimacy coach, I feel that they need to understand. And one other aspect which I feel is important is that if parents show how intimate they are in their relationship from the beginning, as the child is growing up, then that child will any which ways have a lot of answers by the time he or she reaches their teens. They have seen their parents in a certain manner, they have seen them talking, they've seen them hugging each other, maybe
Yeah.
they've
Yeah.
seen them communicating with each other nicely. They know that, okay, if they have an argument, they always go in the room and do it. They don't do it in front of me always, they are very
Yes.
careful. So these
Obviously.
are all the aspects which actually make so much of a difference, right? And
Yes.
all this is part of intimacy. All this is part of that, sexual education. Because all this is a part of, sex. In India, though, even touching someone is sex. It's not actually. But
Hmm.
that is how people think about it. So if parents themselves learn this, and they know that we are then equipping the child right from their childhood to be prepared for this aspect, so that by the time your girl is getting her first periods, you
Mature.
should sit down and tell her that, beta, this is going to happen now. It might happen this month, it might happen next month, but be
Yes.
prepared for it.
Yes.
Why it will happen, about the anatomy, everything. A mother is well equipped to, show it to her daughter, and the daughter has
Yes.
seen her. Like you said,
Obviously.
that your son sees you in the periods, and he realizes that, mom, you're going to be in pain for 2 days. So it's not the first time that he's seeing that. He sees
Yes.
it every month. Gradually,
Every
he's accustomed to it.
custom.
So the daughter is also going to know about this. She also knows ki, these 2 days she's always in pain. She's either, in the bed, or, she's resting. So something goes wrong with mom. And when it
Hmm.
happens the first time also, your kids will come and ask you, what happened,
Yes.
mom? Are you in pain? And you might just say something and, shove it off. But the point is, at some point, you will have to explain it to your kids. And the
Hmm.
earlier you do it, and in the more sensitive manner you do it, it works the best.
Yes, that's true. And plus point, I want to just add to your part that it is the hormonal, upheavals in adolescents, and
Yes.
whenever they get angry, it's the hormonal aspect, and
Yes.
sometimes people can, distract them
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that is the, very challenging. And the parents are very scared at this moment of time that if they have got girlfriends, they may be going into sexual life. So they should understand that it is not only the sexual life, it is the hormonal, disturbance. Because
Yeah.
although the children have just crossed their 10th and entered into the 11th and 12th, so they are searching for partners
Yeah.
to, to share their mind. It's not
Yeah.
to share their physical intimacy, it's to
Yeah.
share their mind.
Yeah.
Actually, they want to know that what changes the, opposite sex is having, like I am having, right?
Hmm.
So in
Hmm.
that case, some students are slow, some children are, very active. They are very, you can call, excited about this
Yeah.
stage, and some are very submissive. Okay, theek hai, they can go without getting any knowledge or so.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
some are educated in such a way that it's also healthy in our, society. If the parents even tell them, okay, you can have sex after marriage, so I don't think it's bad. It's a very healthy kind of, conversation that a
Yeah.
child understands. Okay, he doesn't know anything about sex, right? But if a
Hmm.
parent just gives them this hint that yes, sex is nothing bad, but if you, get into it after you get married, that'll be more healthy.
Yeah.
I think it's more than enough. This single
Yeah.
statement is more than enough for a child, and it gets, it sticks to his mind that okay,
Yeah.
my parents are saying that, it may be right.
Hmm.
Right. So in that way, they'll get a safe zone. They'll say, okay, if some they get a, like, excitement or so, they
Hmm.
should understand this. Okay, they should stop there. The
Yeah.
If their parents are giving them a proper channel or proper knowledge, the
Hmm.
children will know where to stop and where not to.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
it is the duty of the parents only. And
Correct.
parents should not take it as a very serious issue. They should take it in a fun,
Yeah.
right? Like whenever they are talking, if the parents should sit together in front of them. And usually, what I've seen, that parents don't even talk to each other in front of adolescent, so
Yeah.
that
True.
they think that okay, क्या सोचेगा, बच्चा
Hmm.
क्या
Hmm.
सोचेगा, बड़ा हो गया, तो नेवर
Hmm.
माइंड. अगर आप
Yeah.
उसके सामने हेल्दी रिलेशनशिप रखोगे, इफ यू आर hugging each other, if you are holding your hands, then he's observing you.
Yeah.
he'll take
Absolutely.
it he'll take it in a very healthy manner. Okay,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the parents are just like gods for the children, if
Yeah.
they are holding the hand, he'll think okay, holding hands is not a big deal,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And if he's unaware of it, you can well imagine that what kind of mindset he'll take there, and he'll trouble the girls. Because
Yeah. True.
already he's getting excited into even touch the hand of the girl, so obviously he'll make it a,
Make it an
very,
issue. Yeah. He'll make it an issue.
it can, the proper term is that he'll take it in a wrong sense.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Issue
Because
is
he has
something
got
else.
no information
No
about how to
information.
react or what to do or what does this mean actually. Because the
Yes,
parents haven't explained that, we hold hands and it's okay.
it's okay because
But
we are friends, right?
yeah, the first
Because
time you hold hands with a girl, these are the things that you need to take care of.
yes, because we should not, cross the limits that
Yeah.
the children should be, educated
Taught.
about.
Yeah. They
Other
need to be
things
taught.
is fine. Other things is fine. Girlfriends, boyfriends, these days it's common. But
Hmm.
parents should not make a, hue and cry about it, that okay, my girl should not have a boyfriend or something. Because we have got these days, we don't even leave our daughters alone. We don't,
Hmm.
allow our daughters to talk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why should the daughter should not talk? How will she manage herself when she is married? How will she talk to her husband if she's
Yeah.
not even trained enough to talk to a boy?
Yeah.
She'll be in a, dark, that okay, husband is something Hawa, that why should I
Hmm.
talk to him, because my parents didn't allow me to talk to a boy. So
Yeah, and
it's,
then
it's putting your child into trouble, more trouble.
absolutely, because she doesn't know how to communicate at all. So she will curb down here first, she'll stop saying anything. And then later on, also the same behavior will continue because she will always feel that, oh, this is wrong. What I will be judged if I say this, or I
Yeah,
should not say this. This is not right because she just doesn't know what is right and wrong. She will not
correct,
be able to define her boundaries. She will not be able to say what she likes or what she doesn't like. She
correct.
will tolerate everything that happens to her because no one has told her what is okay and what is not okay.
Not okay, right?
So that
And
is
finally, I want to say that the parents should try to, means whenever parents come to me, I tell them that अगर आपने बच्चे से छोटे होते से ही बात करी होती,
hmm.
that shyness you also have got to remove slowly and steadily. It's
Yeah.
not like that कि, बच्चों को shyness खत्म करनी है. It's the parents also. It's a training of the parent. Like if we are telling the your child about the sexual organs, don't make it sometimes the wrong thing. That if you're calling the sexual organ in some other way,
Hmm.
tell him the exact word which your sexual organ is known as in a medical term, rather
Yeah.
than calling it into all funny names.
Yeah. Yeah.
Usually the
That's
mothers
another
do.
mistake
That
that
is
parents should.
a very harmful for the child. I won't say it's wrong, but it's harmful for the child because the child
Hmm.
will not take it seriously
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he will not be aware of his own body,
Hmm.
right? And so I think this will be enough for the knowledge of the children.
Is there a particular case study that you have in mind that you went through, which you can talk about, which might help our audience in tackling this situation? Is there a particular thing that happened which you can think of?
um, with the parents, where I have seen one very crucial thing happened, that
Hmm.
in our school there was a KG class student,
Okay.
and that all the children went away for the prayer. The class was empty. That boy took the young girl, choti her classmate, and asked her to lie down on the table, and
Hmm.
was means trying to see her sexual organ.
Hmm.
Now teachers went into panic. What is that? This boy is very stupid and this and that. So now what can you say? How can you judge the child? The child is so small, 6 years old. What might have
Hmm.
happened? What might have happened? He might have seen his parents, or he might have seen his relatives, or he might have seen in the movies. You cannot say. TV is always available at home. है ना? So
Something somewhere
now,
went wrong.
this is somewhere went wrong. And the father came fuming in the school, and everybody was in panic. So here the education and the awareness of the parents is needed. That why
Yeah.
are you making a hue and cry? The child doesn't know anything. You mature
Hmm.
thodi. So
Hmm.
this is a very crucial thing which I thought that this was a target which I thought that the parents should be that
Hmm.
they were not conscious about something happening in front of him, in front of
Hmm.
the child. They
Hmm.
were also maybe treating him as a small child. Okay, okay,
Hmm.
means it went wrong,
Yeah.
and the child had to be taken out of the school just because the school authorities did not. So it is really a very strange, funny also you can call.
Yeah, it's a very
Nothing.
sad situation. The child was punished for no rhyme or reason, actually, and
It
for
is
no
the
fault of his. He
no
was what,
fault of
6 years old. You said, yeah.
no fault of his. It's the fault of the grown-ups who are not taking these things carefully. These
Hmm.
things are to be handled very carefully.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And going forward, so since you see this so much with so many parents, what advice would you give them as a parenting coach? That what are the if I ask you that what 2 steps or 3 steps would you like to tell them that, do this. If you don't know, if you are feeling embarrassed and your child needs this education, then what are the steps that you will guide them on as a coach?
Right. As a coach, I would just tell two things. Firstly, talk to them in a way that you are answering their questions. Try to solve their, inquisitiveness. Whatever they are asking, don't say stop it or something.
Hmm.
Just give them reply. Answer them.
Yeah.
Answer them in parts if you're feeling shy. Answer them at, one word, one liner. One liners are also okay if you're feeling shy.
Hmm.
That okay, marriages क्यों होती हैं? If the children are asking, बच्चे कहाँ से होते हैं? These are the answers which the children should be very clear at home itself.
Hmm.
So that is what I want to give suggestion, that parents should not shy when the child is young. Start with him when he's young. It will
Yeah.
help you also to make the base of how to go further.
Yeah.
Otherwise, don't wait that your child is going to be adolescent only then you're going to talk. Don't wait.
Yeah.
Start with him as early as possible.
Yeah. The earlier you start, the more comfortable it will get, and even you will also get used to the conversations if you
Yes.
are, feeling awkward about it.
Yes.
Right, right. If the kids are educated well, then they will not take these steps because
No.
these
Yes.
things only happen in their when they lose control, right? When the kids lose control of their own sexuality and these things happen. So that
Mm.
will not happen. You're right. I mean, we need to empower the youth so that they can become more responsible citizens. The boys can treat women well,
Yeah.
and also respect them as women when they get married, because it also kind of gives you this whole, the base of your marriage. This education also becomes very important when you're going to start a family, on how you're going to do, what you're going to do, what the importance of your wife is,
Very
when
true.
you should, what respect you need to give her, when you need to take care of her during her pregnancy, during her periods.
Yeah.
There are days that are bad, and they need to understand that as well. Instead of this whole thing that we have in India, that okay, I'm the man, and so you have to be available for me all the time.
Correct.
Yes. Great. So we had a very interesting conversation, I think, and I hope that a lot of parents will take value from this and understand that they might not be able to maybe tackle the situation. They might feel embarrassed, but then there are coaches like us who they can reach out to and who can
Mm.
take over and help them, so that the relationship not only becomes good for the kids, between them also the relationship becomes better between the parent and the children, and even the children grow up to become more responsible citizens,
Yes.
right? So I hope that all the parents who are listening to this video are going to take some heed and take some actions and start working towards this, start working towards breaking this barrier, not feeling this awkwardness, and taking the necessary steps to empower yourself and your child to lead happy lives. So that is
Yes.
what I'd like to end with.
Thank
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. And you're doing a great job by, working with parents and, breaking down. I'm sure there are a lot of other barriers you might be facing when you're teaching them on
Yes.
how they should talk to their children. Like you said, communication is so important. How to talk. It's not about what you're saying. It's more about how you're saying it to your kids. Yeah,
Yes.
and that is so important. So I'm so glad that we could have you today. Thank you so much again for joining. And
Thank you, Mita. Thank you so
thank
much
you
for
so
having me
much.
on your platform. I'm blessed.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
So, friends, I hope you got some value out of this video. There is a major gap in our education system about this thing. Parents don't know what they need to do, they don't understand, and they face a lot of issues, and which is okay. I can understand that no one spoke to you about these issues, and therefore you also maybe don't know how to navigate it, how to talk to your children about it. It's okay, but take the help that is available now. There are coaches who can talk to your kids, who can talk to you, who can teach you how to talk to your children about these important aspects. And believe me, if you give the right knowledge to your kids, be it a girl, be it a boy, then they will grow up to be better human beings, live better lives, have wonderful intimacy in their relationships, and live in a much better way, be happy, and more lead more meaningful lives. And this world will become a more beautiful place, because there will be no need to do any crimes, and no need for all these issues that happen in our country so much. So I hope you will take value from this, and I shall see you again soon with another guest, and we shall again connect on another conversation. So till then, take care of yourself, of your children, of your family, and always empower yourself with love, respect, and intimacy.